All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to the campus of St. Stephen's as we are excited to bring you this afternoon's matchup between your Spartans and the Austin Wave. AJ Arevalo here, and it's a beautiful day for baseball as we are set to get underway. I do apologize for the slightly delayed start. I usually like to give you some info prior, but we are set and we are good to go. Up on the mound for the Spartans, it's going to be number, I'm trying to get the number there. Is that first one is called for strike one. It's going to be Schmidt up on the mound. That's that first pitch is going to be Jacob Guerra, second baseman for the Austin Wave. Goes for strike one. Second pitch is going to be low and outside. Count's going to go even at 1-1. So Schmidt's over at the mound. We'll get the defensive lineup here for you shortly, folks. Like I said, I do apologize. Our coaches regarding the lineups. As here is the 1-1 pitch. That one's going to be low and hit the dirt right behind home plate. That'll be ball two. Count goes 2-1. So Jacob Guerra is on at the plate right now for the Austin Wave. Josh Burton will be set up next as here is the 2-1 pitch from Schmidt. That one's going to hit the dirt in front of the plate this time. Count goes 3-1. So here's the 3-1 pitch from Schmidt as he gets the call. And a swing and a miss. That'll go down as strike two. Count goes full, 3-2. So around the defensively for the Spartans, Schmidt's going to be up on the mound. Evans will be catcher. As here's the 3-2 pitch to Guerra. And it was, looked like a nice pitch. It's going to catch just a little bit too low for our umpire. As Jacob Guerra will get walked as for the leadoff batter for the Austin Wave. We're just going to bring up pitcher Josh Burton, Josh Burton for the Austin Wave. So back to our order here. Over at first is going to be Goldberg. Over at second is going to be J.D. O'Hare. Schmidt gets set for the first pitch for Burton. It's going to cross the plate, gets called for strike one. Ball will be over at third. Shortstop will be Ratliff. Left field will be Hale. Center field, Moriarty. And Urban over at right field. So one runner on, no balls, one strike, no outs here. Top of the first. As here's the pitch from Schmidt. Swing and a chopper is going to go right behind him, foul. That'll go strike two for Burton. Count goes 0-2. Brandon Mesa, third baseman, is on deck here for the Austin Wave. He's batting third. And it's a quick throw over to first by Schmidt, not in time. We'll reset and we'll do it again. Schmidt getting set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. It's going to be a drop strikeout, though, as Evans. They're going to be a forced strikeout as there was a runner on first. So Burton will go down as out number one as he goes down swinging. Number 35, Brandon Mesa, will make his way to the plate now for the Austin Wave. And actually, I take that back. It's not going to be out. They're going to say it was tipped and fouled. So count's going to stay 0-2 here for Burton, and he'll get another crack at Schmidt. As Schmidt throws over to first, it's going to get right by Goldberg. Runner's going to take off towards second. The throw to second is not in time, but fielded nicely by Ball. So Guerra will go ahead and advance over to second. As Evans calls a quick time, he's going to walk out to the mound and have a little powwow with Schmidt with a runner in scoring position now and just one out. Top of the first here for the Austin Wave. So Jaden Segura is batting cleanup. He'll be batting fourth. Zachary Miller for the Austin Wave will be batting fifth. Joseph Segura batting sixth. Jaden Segura is fourth. Joseph is going to be sixth. Xander Ross seventh. Jack Fowler eighth, with Austin Scoville bringing up the rear, batting ninth. And I take that back. That is going to be an out. They just haven't updated our scoreboard up top. So, Brandon Mesa now at the plate as he takes that one for strike one. Just all kinds of confusion for me here. We're just getting warmed up, that's why. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the first, 1 runner in scoring position for the Austin Wave as Schmidt gets set for the 0-1 pitch to Mesa. Mesa getting a swing on that and gets a little tiny piece of it. That's going to go foul. That'll be strike 2. Count goes 0-2. Mesa down on the count 0-2. Schmidt getting ready to hopefully add another out to that current count of 1. As here's the 0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. As Evans is going to have to pick that one up after a drop. The throw to Goldberg in time. Runner's going to take off to third, and Goldberg still going to toss it over to third. We brought in by Ball. Not in time, though. As we're going to have a quick time and say, what the heck was that? Okay. Confirming that Mesa was out at first, which he was. They were thinking that maybe Goldberg stepped off before the throw. Coaches going to get some clarification, as coaches do. Guerra will go ahead and advance over to third. Mesa will be out number 2 after that strikeout, which is going to bring up number 20, Jaden Segura, left fielder for the Austin Wave. As Mesa's going to make his way off, but that's what you do with a runner. If you don't hear the call, you keep it going and make the umpires make the tough decision of coming up and saying, you, sir, are out. Head back to the dugout, which is exactly what Mesa did. Schmidt getting set to face off with Segura. As here's the first pitch, a big rip by Jaden. Can't make contact. Count goes 0-1. So Zachary Miller will be on deck here for the Austin Wave as he'll get a chance to bat if Segura is able to make his way on base. As here's the second pitch, is going to hit the dirt in front of home plate. Nice job by Evans to get in front of it and keep it from going behind. That will be called for ball 1, though. Count goes 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the first, 1 runner in scoring position as Guerra is still over at third. Score is still 0-0, though. And Schmidt gets set. And here's the pitch. A swing and a little bouncer towards second. Ball's making his way to it. The throw to Goldberg is going to be in time. Has a nice 4-3 there. Will make Segura out number 3, and that'll do it. So Zach Miller is going to have to put his bat down and put his glove on. He'll get a chance to lead off for the Austin Wave in the top of the second. But bringing up the bottom of the bottom of the first, the Spartans will make their way out with Ratliff set to lead off here in the 1 spot. Schmidt, our pitcher, will be batting 2. Goldberg will be batting 3rd. Ball batting cleanup. Evans batting 5th. Parham batting 6th. He's the DH. He's hitting in place of Morardi. As O'Hara will be batting 7th. Urban batting 8th. And Hale right behind him batting 9th. So up on the mound for the Austin Wave, it's going to be, as far as defensively, Josh Burton. He'll get the call to start here. Up at the plate, it's going to be A.J. Scoville as catcher. First base, Sander Ross. Second base, Jacob Guerra. Third base, Brandon Mesa. Shortstop, Segura. That's Joseph Segura. Because over at left field is Jaden Segura. Center field is going to be Zachary Miller. In right field will be Jack Fowler. And that'll be the Austin Waves defense setting up here in the first inning. And a bit of a fun uniform call here this afternoon as both teams are in their red uniforms. The only difference here, folks, is going to be the Austin Wave is going to have slightly darker pants. So they're going to be a grayish color, if you will, while the Spartans have the wonderful white pants that all you parents out there will get the pleasure of washing when we're done here and trying to get those red dirt stains out of. which I do not miss from my kids playing baseball. Well, I take that back. I do miss it, but I don't miss the effort of trying to clean it. We got to a point where we're like, yeah, we're bleaching. Here we go. We're done. That's as good as we're going to get. So Burton, again, up on the mound as he's set to get warm as you're watching. Number 11, Ratliff, getting warmed up, getting ready to make his way out. All right, I guess we're still going to give a few more pitches here for Burton. As the throw down to second is just a little bit too high. Ratliff's going to win that one. For those who don't know, there's always a unspoken competition for foul balls. The on-deck batter is responsible for getting that one, and our teams keep tally throughout the game to see who can get there first. So one for the Spartans, as Ratliff is going to make his way up to the plate. Burton, as he gets set, and here's the first pitch. It's a nice high and a little bit inside. That's going to get called for strike one, though, as that does hit that top corner of the box. Count goes 0-1 here for Ratliff. Burton with the 0-1 pitch, showing Bunton pulling back was Ratliff as he thought about it. That's going to get called for ball one. Count goes 1-1. Burton with the 1-1 pitch to Ratliff. That one's going to be high and over the catcher. No one on base, so no rush. That will be ball two, though, as Ratliff held up. Count goes 2-1. Burton getting set. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Ratliff. Another high pitch by Burton there. It's going to get called for ball three. Count goes 3-1. So Ratliff showing some good discipline here at the plate as he gets ahead in the count for the first at-bat here for the Spartans. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the first. As Burton gets set, here's the pitch. Some heat. A little bit outside, gets called for ball 4, and Ratliff, with leadoff walk, he'll hit over to first base, which is going to bring up our pitcher, Schmidt, number 21, whose number I was trying to get earlier and just couldn't quite see what he was wearing. He makes his way up to the plate. Always exciting to see a pitcher come up to bat, even though we have a designated hitter on each team, as that one's going to be high, and Schmidt's going to have to duck out of the way before you hear some of that sweet chin music. That's going to be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. And you young kids out there, you don't know about the sweet chin music. That's an old person saying. As Burton gets set, here's the pitch to Schmidt. And that one's going to be low and outside. It's going to go to waste, so Ratliff will take off towards second. He'll be there uncontested, excuse me. It is going to be ball 2, so Schmidt gets ahead in the count 2-0. Burton getting the call. Here's the pitch. Another one a little too high, eye level for Schmidt there. It's going to get called for ball 3. Count goes 3-0. And usually at this time, you'll see the good old faithful heater over the middle by our pitcher just to get that strike in. It's normally a normal call. So for you folks at home, if you ever want to reach out, as that one's going to be really, really high, and we ball 4. The throw down to second is Ratliff thought about trying to make his way to third. Nice throw there by catcher A.J. Scoville for the Austin Wave. As time is called, Schmidt will get walked on over to first. But for those who are at home, if you ever want to send me a message, we have an email set up. It's aja.vype@gmail.com, and it's VYPE. And as we had a fan come in and say, sweet chin music. I haven't heard that in a long while. It's one of my favorite sayings, sweet chin music. So up to the plate now is going to be number 15, Goldberg, first baseman for the Spartans. As here's the first pitch from Burton, another high one. Nice job by Scoville to jump up and get a glove on that one. As that'll be ball one for Goldberg. Good to know people are listening, right? Good to know. So 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Bottom of the first, 2 runners on as Ratliff and Schmidt are on second and first respectively. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High and inside, and Goldberg having the dodge out of the way for that one. That'll be ball 2. Count goes 2-0. Scoville doing a really good job, though, of keeping this in front of him. He's had a few go by him so far, but outside. Burton still trying to find the strike zone a little bit as here's the 2-0 pitch. Another high and outside pitch. It's going to be ball 3. So Goldberg, again, nice discipline at the plate there. Not offering anything in any of the pitches so far. Brings our count to 3-0. And as I said earlier, I'm still waiting for it. Good old faithful heater down the middle. As that's usually what happens in a 3-0 count. As Burton gets set. Quick check over Ratliff as it's called for strike 1. And Goldberg going to have to go pick his bat up as he thought he was going to get a free ride over to first. Not going to happen, sir. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the first, score still 0-0. Ratliff still over at second. We saw him make a little dash towards third. Maybe he'll do it again. As here's the 3-1 pitch. That one's going to be high. That'll be ball 4 for Goldberg. So bases will be walked loaded for our top 3, which brings up cleanup man. Number 13, our third baseman, Ball. And Burton in danger of possibly walking a run in if he allows Ball to make his way to first. As here's the first pitch. That one's going to be just a little bit too high for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So Ratliff's at third, Schmidt is at second, Goldberg is at first. As quick time is called by the Austin Wave, and they're going to have a quick powwow there on the mound. As it looks like all the infield's going to make their way in as well. Nope. I like it. As you hear the coach for the Austin Wave, look at Scoville and says, "I don't need none of you guys. Go back to your positions. We're going to have a chat up here at the mound. Just me and the pitcher." So, getting some coaching up there on the mound. You know, you always wonder, what are they talking about here? What's going through and what's being said? And as our umpire is going to make his way up to the mound as well. So bases loaded. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Bottom of the first. And like I said, Burton still got some nerves up on the mound is what it seems. Still trying to find that strike zone. So number 1, Evans, is going to be on deck. He'll be set to bat next, barring a triple play, if you will. As we look to be done and set to get back underway. So Burton's still in quite a pickle as he's got bases loaded. And I think what the Austin Wave coach has let him know is he's got to hit more strikes. So far he's only thrown 2 strikes after facing his 4th batter, as that one's going to be high. He'll get called for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes, and still no outs here bottom of the first. Spartans in a good position right now as that one's going to be inside, and Ball will take one on the shoulder. And as most dugouts will say, suck it up, that's an RBI, because here comes Ratliff in, and you're right, Ball will get an RBI on that one. All the runners will advance, so now Schmidt will be set up at third, Goldberg at 7, Ball at first, which is going to bring up catcher number 1, Evans. And the Spartans take a 1-0 lead over the Austin Wave.
Here we go, Charlie. Charlie, wait for that strike now.
So we're set to resume. Here goes Burton with the first pitch. Again, another high, and Evans is going to have to dug down just a smidge as that one went right over his helmet. That'll be ball one. So 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Here's the pitch. Get another high one right over the head of Evans. Count goes 2-0. The Austin Wave with not too many subs available at the moment, as that was going to be a nice slider across the plate. Gets called for strike one. So they'll most likely start rotating players here if they have to bring in another pitcher. As Burton gets set for the 2-1 pitch. Evans takes a big swing at that one. It's going to go high inside the net. Scoville making a sliding effort. Can't get to it. That'll be strike 2 for Evans. Count goes even now at 2-2. Evans getting himself set again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be high and behind Evans. That'll be ball 3. That one looks like he got away from Burton just a little bit. Brings the count full now. Still with no outs, bases loaded. Bottom of the first, and the Spartans with a 1-0 lead. Looking to try to extend that. Charlie Evans is now at the plate, awaiting the 3-2 pitch. And behind Evans, that one goes. That'll be ball 4. An RBI for Evans there as Schmidt will make his way across. Goldberg will advance to third. Ball will go to second. Bases loaded and another time called by the Austin Wave. As now the infield's going to make their way in. As the Spartans will get a quick courtesy runner for Evans. And it's going to be number 12, and I apologize, I don't have a name for our courtesy runner, just a number. So number 12, and I'll hopefully get a name here shortly. It's either Kraus, Werner, or Schmidt, because those are the only extra players we got here today. As it looks like we are going to have a new pitcher in for Burton. It's going to be number 4, Jacob Guerra. So Burton will be done for the day. Guerra will come in here bottom of the first, which I'm assuming Burton will head on over to second. I got my eye on him, so I'll let you folks at home know where he goes. But while Guerra gets warm, let's take a short break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Spartan Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts.
Wait, hold on just a moment.
It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
Looks to be nice and warm there on the mound, and we are almost set to continue our first inning. Spartans with a 2-0 lead over the Austin Wave with bases loaded, no outs. And DH number 10, Parham, making his way up to the plate. So with regards to stats for those at home keeping track, Burton so far responsible for 2 runs that came across. He is also responsible for the 3 that are on base. So just keep a note if they happen to come around. As here's the first pitch from Guerra. Slider outside. Parham not giving any kind of offer into that one. Count goes 1-0. Guerra with the call. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And a swing and a miss by Parham. That'll be strike one. Count goes even now, 1-1. Oops, I apologize. I need to update my scoreboard. So Guerra getting set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's going to be high and gets away from Scoville. And Goldberg thinking about taking off. Decides to hold. And he's going to sit tight. Yes. That's going to be ball 2. Count goes 2-1. As you hear the Austin Wave coach tell Scoville, put a loogie in the glove, make sure that ball sticks next time. As here's the 2-1 pitch from Guerra. That one's going to be just a little bit too low. We'll get called for ball 3. Count goes 3-1 here for Parham. So Goldberg's over at third, Ball's at second. Charlie Evans is at first. Parham's at the plate, no outs. And here's the 3-1 pitch from Guerra. And a swing and a bouncer down the third baseline is going to go foul. Count will go full after that. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And I say Evans is at first. There is that courtesy runner who I do not have a name for yet. Again, folks, I tried during our break to yell and no one heard me, so. All right, here's the 3-2 pitch, though, from Guerra as he checks over at Goldberg. A swing and a miss by Parham. And he'll go down as out number 1 after that strikeout, which is going to bring up number 18, second baseman, O'Hare. With 1 out now, bases loaded. And number 23, right fielder Urban, will be on deck. As here's the first pitch from Guerra to O'Hare. Swing and a liner right over the head of the second baseman. Nice job. Goldberg's going to come around. Ball's going to round third, and he's going to hold it tight as the ball gets right by Scoville. And he's going to decide against to take off the slide in and drop by the catcher. He'll be safe at home plate as 2 runs come across for the Spartans. Ball with an outstanding slide in as our pinch runner number 12 for Evans will hold tight at second. But 2 more runs come across, and the Spartans extend their lead 4-0. So number 23, Urban, now making his way up after O'Hare with that 2 RBI single is over at first. So 1 out, 2 runners on now. As Urban gets set, that one's going to be eye level too high. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Guerra, quick check over at second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Another high pitch there for Urban. That'll go ball 2. Count goes 2-0. So number 20, Hale, right fielder, will be on deck for the Spartans as he's getting warmed right now in the circle. Guerra with the 2-0 pitch to Urban. A little bouncer towards Guerra. It goes right by him to the second baseman and can't leg that one out. That's a good job by, and I believe it's Burton over there at second now. That is for Burton to field that one, and the nice toss over to Xander Ross at first. Urban will go down as out number 2. So runners do advance, though, as the pinch runner for Evans is over at third. O'Hare is at second now, and here comes number 20, left fielder Hale. Something's going to be high and inside for Hale. Get called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Top of the order now will be up next as Ratliff is in the circle getting warm. Guerra 1 out away from getting out of this inning. So here's the pitch. Some heat, a little high, but that gets called for strike 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the first, and the Spartans with a 4-0 lead over the Austin Wave. Two runners are in scoring position. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's going to be right over the plate. Gets called for strike 2 as Hale falls behind in the count. 1-2. Guerra getting set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that one's going to be inside as Hale steps just out of the way of that one. That gets called for ball 2 as you'll hear his teammates yell, "Take one for the team." It's a different one there in the batter's box, isn't it? So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Guerra with the 2-2 pitch. That one's going to catch the plate. And that'll be strike 3 for Hale. He will be out number 3 as he gets caught looking. And that'll do it for the first inning. So the whole order gets a chance to bat through. Spartans able to bring 4 runs across and take a 4-0 lead over the Austin Wave. We're going to take a short break, folks. We'll be right back for the top of the second. You're listening to Spartan Baseball right here on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
All right, folks, welcome back. Second inning set to get underway here between your Spartans and the Austin Wave. AJ Arevalo here, and you're live here on the campus of St. Stephen's, bringing you all this wonderful live, perfect afternoon baseball action. I believe they are letting some fans in for families of the players, so if you do have a chance to make it out, please definitely do. Just be sure to bring your mask, and of course be sure to space yourself out in our stands as the Austin Wave gets set here for the top of the second. Set to lead off is going to be number 11 center fielder Zach Miller, followed by number 23 shortstop Joseph Segura, and first baseman Xander Ross batting third. So Zach Miller up at the plate now. Schmidt still on the mound as that one's going to hit the dirt in front of the plate. And that'll get called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. And Schmidt gets set. Here's the pitch. So that one's going to be a little bit too low. That'll get called for ball 2. Count goes 2-0. So Schmidt doing a pretty good job here back in the first. No hits given up. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. And then you got Jaden Segura in a ground out. There's that one. Nice slider across the plate. Gets called for strike 1. Count goes 2-1 here for Miller. Schmidt gets set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a liner towards second. O'Hare gets that one to throw to Goldberg. Is going to be in time, as that'll be out number 1. So here comes number 23, Joseph Segura, shortstop for the Austin Wave. We've got 1 out here, bottom of the second. Excuse me, top of the second. Schmidt with the pitch. Taking a big swing at that one as Segura gets a little bit of piece of it. It goes into the net though, so that'll go down as strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. No runners on. Here's the pitch from Schmidt. And it's going to be just a little bit too low. Gets called for ball 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. So Xander Ross is on deck for the Austin Wave. Jack Fowler will be there as well if he gets an opportunity to bat. We'll see. Schmidt gets set for the 1-1 pitch. A swing and a bouncer back towards Schmidt. Can't get to it. It's going to go straight toward the shortstop. Ratliff. The throw to first is not going to be in time, as Goldberg did a good job of getting that one in his glove. Segura with a single here in the top of the second. First hit given up by Schmidt so far this afternoon. As here comes number 14, Xander Ross. Ross, first baseman for the Austin Wave. As he gets set. So one runner on now, one out with Joseph Segura. Quick throwdown, goes right past Goldberg. Segura's going to take off towards second. A slide in the second as Goldberg decides to hold on to that one. He's not going to try to challenge it. Segura will make his way into scoring position after that missed throw. So Xander Ross still awaiting the first pitch here from Schmidt, as it's just one out and now a runner in scoring position. Schmidt checking on Segura at second. Quick step off. Not going to challenge, but thinks about it. We'll get reset and do it again. Schmidt with the pitch. That one's going to be low. Gets right past Evans, and Segura will make his way over to third on the wild pitch. So that goes down for ball one here for Xander Ross. This counts 1-0 for the first baseman. Schmidt with one runner on. Most likely looking just to concentrate on the batter now as he gets set. And here's the 1-0 pitch from Schmidt. Swing and a nice piece of that one. It is going to go foul though, over the net behind the dugout. That'll be strike one for Ross. Count goes even now, 1-1. So Segura over at third, and Ross taking a big rip at that one. Maybe looking for a sacrifice fly to bring a run in. We'll see what happens. As here's the 1-1 pitch from Schmidt. Swing and a bouncer gets behind him as Ross got a little bit ahead of that one. That'll be strike two. Count goes 1-2. So Jack Fowler is going to be on deck here for the Austin Wave. He'll be batting next, followed up by catcher A.J. Scoville if they are able to get some base hits. As Schmidt gets set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss by Ross as Schmidt goes up the ladder. Ross will be out number 2. So number 3, Jack Fowler now making his way up to the plate with one runner still in scoring position, but 2 outs now. And the Austin Wave trailing the St. Stephen Spartans 4-0. Schmidt gets the call and gets set. Here's the pitch. Fowler taking that one. He gets called for strike one. Count goes 0-1. Schmidt getting set. And here's the 0-1 pitch. A swing and a miss by Fowler. That goes down for strike two. Count goes 0-2. And Schmidt not really worried about Joseph Segura now over at third, as he looks like he's concentrated on Jack Fowler here at the plate as he gets the call. And here's the 0-2 pitch. And some heat right over the plate, gets called for strike 3. Fowler gets caught looking, and that'll be out number 3. So catcher A.J. Scoville will be set to lead off in the third. But here for the bottom of the second, top of the order due back up as the whole order batted through back in the first inning for the Spartans. So Ratliff will see set to lead off, followed by Schmidt, with Goldberg batting third. So we'll take a short break, folks. We'll be right back for the bottom of the second. You're listening to Spartan Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to Vype, VYPE.com, and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
All right, folks, welcome back. Bottom of the second, set to be underway as your Spartans get ready to bat. AJ Revlo here, bringing you all the action live Of course, all this live action brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to gear up and have fun out there. So again, top of the order is set to lead off here for the Spartans as Ratliff, shortstop, is in the circle watching. Guerra is going to get the call to come back here in the second as he'll be on the mound. Scoville with the throwdown as a warm-up. Always like watching that. Nice throw. And we are set to get underway. Ratliff walked back in the first. He was the first run to come across here for the Spartans after an outing by Burton. With 5 straight walks, brought in a run. So Guerra getting set. First time he's going to face off against Ratliff. As that one's going to get called for ball 1, just a little bit too outside. Count goes 1-0 for Ratliff. Ratliff swings and pulls back, but not enough as he still gets a piece of that one. It's going to be a foul strike, so count goes 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Guerra at the mound with the 1-1 pitch. That one's going to be a little bit too high. That'll get called for ball 2. Count goes 2-1. Ratliff getting set. Pitcher number 21, Schmidt's going to be on deck. He's getting warm as here's a 2-1 pitch. That one's going to be low and inside. That gets called for ball 3 as Guerra was trying to hit that bottom inside corner. Couldn't quite hit the zone though. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Slider across the plate gets called for strike 2. Ratliff with a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Still no outs. Bottom of the second. No runners on. As Guerra gets set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a piece of that one. It's going to go right into the net behind him. Count's going to stay full at 3-2. Guerra getting set. Pitch to Ratliff, going to be a little too high. Gets called for ball 4, and as is the first, goes in the second here for Ratliff as he gets walked on over to first. Just going to bring up number 21, our pitcher Schmidt, up to the plate. He was walked on after 4 straight pitches back in the first. So no outs. Bottom of the second, 1 runner on now. So Ratliff's over at first, and Schmidt is up to the plate. So here's the pitch. That one's going to be low. Get called for ball 1. Guerra gets the call. Quick check over at Ratliff. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High and outside. That'll get called for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, no outs. Bottom of the second. Guerra with the 2-0 pitch. Schmidt swings and gets a piece of that one. High fly towards center field. And getting underneath it, it's going to be Zachary Miller. And Schmidt will be out number 1. Making his way up next is going to be number 15, Max Goldberg, first baseman. He was also walked back in the first. He was able to get the count full, though, and burn some pitches off of Burton. Here's Guerra. Gets set, and here's the pitch. Slider outside. It'll get called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Ratliff still over at first. Hasn't made really any attempt to steal, so Guerra not paying too much attention to him. As he gets set, Here's the 1-0 pitch. Some heat right over the middle from Guerra. Goldberg gonna sit there and watch it go by. That'll be strike one. Count goes even now, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. As Guerra with the pitch, swinging a little bouncer towards third. It's going to be fielded, and it'll get called foul as it takes that extra bounce on the line. That'll go down as strike 2 for Goldberg. Count goes 1-2. And that was a good heads-up play by Mesa to kind of let that one play itself out and go foul, as he could have came up and grabbed that one, but decided against it. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Guerra with the pitch. That one's going to be a little too low. Looks like a good pitch from Guerra. That'll be called for ball 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. So the third baseman, number 13, Ball, is going to be on deck. There's Guerra. Quick check at Ratliff, and here's the pitch. Swing and a little pooch fly towards short. That's going to be fielded in by Joseph Segura. Ratliff's going to have to make his way back to first, as Goldberg will be out number 2. So here comes number 4, Griffin Ball, for the Spartans, as he watches that one go by for ball 1. He was pegged in the shoulder back in the first and made his way on a walk. Was able to bring a run in, so he's credited with 1 RBI so far this afternoon. With 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, and Ratliff over at first. Here's the pitch from Guerra. That one's going to be low and in the dirt. Ratliff's going to have to run back, as Scoville made a nice throw down to first to Ross. Count's going to go 2-0 after that ball, though, as Ball gets ahead in the count. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Guerra. Some heat right over the middle. Gets called for strike 1. Count goes 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the second. Spartans with a 4-0 lead. Ratliff's over at first. Ball's on the plate and swing and a miss, as he couldn't get a piece of that one. That'll be strike 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. Guerra coming in the first inning for relief of Burton. Josh Burton doing a good job so far coming in, as that one goes by. Gets a little bit too low. Count goes full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Bottom of the second and 1 runner on. Guerra with the quick check over at Ratliff, and here's the full count pitch. Swing and a bouncer foul. Count's going to stay full at 3-2. So count's full, 3-2. Jacob Guerra checking over at Ratliff at first. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Another one chopped foul. It's going to fall right back into the glove of A.J. Scoville off the net. As we'll get reset and we'll do it again. And Griffin Ball doing a good job so far. Nice at bat, as he's been drawing out these pitches from Guerra. As a throw to first is not in time, as Ratliff cannot slide his way in. Ratliff will get caught for out number 3. As Griffin Ball will get a chance to bat again, though, even after drawing the count full and knocking a few foul balls. So overall, a nice at bat. But that'll do it for the second inning. So 2 innings down, 5 more to go. Spartans with a 4-0 lead over the Austin Wave. We'll take a short break, folks. We'll be right back. You're listening to Spartan Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3-13, not yet, another reverse. Breaking tackles, dives to the end zone, touchdown Rangers. 16 seconds. Really close up the corner. Rotates to Wilson. She fires the three. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by one.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com. Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com.
For the Spartans, AJ Arevalo here. Austin Wave doing a good job so far. They've left a good job as far as getting on base, but they've left a runner stranded so far in the second and in the first as AJ Scoville, catcher, is at the plate. He takes a big rip at the first thing he sees and can't make contact. That'll go down as strike one. Count goes 0-1. So Schmidt getting ready. Scoville waiting the 0-1 pitch. Something's going to catch the outside corner there. That'll go down as strike two for Scoville. Count goes 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, no runners on. Top of the order will be set to come back out here for the Austin Wave after Scoville as Jacob Guerra will be set to bat as there's a pitch. It's going to be high. It's called for ball one. Schmidt with a couple pitches to burn. Probably trying to climb the ladder on Scoville, but doing a good job at the plate and showing some discipline and not offering. Was the catcher for the Austin Wave. As here's the 1-2 pitch from Schmidt. One's going to be outside and Scoville leaning in like he wanted to swing at that one. Good job laying off. That goes down as ball 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. So Jacob Guerra is going to be on deck for the Austin Wave, followed by Josh Burton. Burton's over at second base now. He started as a pitcher. There's a swing and a miss by Scoville. Will get called for strike three, excuse me. That'll be out number 1, and Scoville taking a big swing at that breaking ball. Couldn't make contact. So top of the order now is Jacob Guerra, who was walked back in the first. Makes his way up to the plate. Schmidt getting set. Here's the pitch. Too low and outside. That'll get called for ball 1. Count goes 1-0. Schmidt doesn't like the pitch he sees. Wants another. Gets it. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Guerra taking a rip at that one. It's a bouncer towards second. It's going to be fielded. O'Hare throw to Goldberg in time. That'll be out number 2. A nice job by O'Hare to get in front of that one and field that one very nicely. A 4-3 second out, which is going to bring up Josh Burton, second baseman now for the Austin Wave. He struck out swinging back in the first. So he looks to turn his luck here with 2 outs and no runners on. The 2-out rally is what we like to call it. Schmidt gets set. Here's the pitch. That's going to get called for strike 1. Burton, a little too close to the plate there, has to move out of the way for that strike that's thrown by Schmidt. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here for Burton, as here's the pitch. Little breaking ball gets bounced over towards short, fielded. The throw to Goldberg is not in time as Burton was able to leg that one out. Good job by Ratliff to field that one, though, and gets a throw off. Not in time. That'll be a single for Burton. As the trend continues, again, the Austin Wave have had 1 runner on base so far in the first and in the second, and now in the third. As here comes number 35, third baseman Brandon Mesa, who struck out swinging back in the first inning. 1 runner on now, still 2 outs, bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. And taking a big swing at that one. Ratliff underneath it, and he drops it. The throw to first is not in time as Goldberg loses that one. Burton is going to head on over to third. He'll hold true at third, though. So Mesa's going to reach first. That's going to be an E6, since that was originally dropped over there by Ratliff. First error of the game, which is going to bring up left fielder number 20, Jaden Segura. He grounded out towards second back in the first. 2 runners on, though, now for the Austin Wave as the bats are getting a little warm. Here's the pitch from Schmidt. A swing and a bouncer towards third. The throw to first is in. Oh, Goldberg drops it as it hit his glove, so Burton's going to come across. That'll be a run scored. Mesa will head over. Segura is going to reach now. That's going to be an error for Goldberg over there at first. I thought one was dropped as it hit his glove. So the Austin Wave put a run on, slowly shrink this lead 4-1. As a time is going to be called by Charlie Evans. He'll head up to the mound and talk to Schmidt. As number 11, Zach Miller, is going to be up to the plate. He grounded out towards second as well. Back in the second as he led off at that point in time. So no balls, no strikes here. This is going to be Evans' first time at bat here in the third. 2 outs and 2 runners on. Here's the pitch from Schmidt. That one's going to be a little too low. That'll get called for ball 1. So Brandon Mesa's over at second. Segura's over at first. Quick check down by Schmidt, and here's the 1-0 pitch. As that's going to hit the dirt in front of the plate. Evans getting in front of it. Nice job. Runners are going to have to hold true. That will be ball 2, though, so count goes 2-0 for Miller. Schmidt gets the call. Here's the pitch. Nope, a quick throw down to second. As Mesa is able to get there. Plenty of time to spare as he looks at he looks at O'Hare catching that one and says, I'm already here, too late. So we'll get reset, and we'll do this one again with 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Here's the pitch from Schmidt. That one's going to be in the dirt as well. We'll go for ball 3. So when you got runners on, you see a different style of pitching normally, and pretty typical on this one is pitchers usually are worried about runners on, and they tend to miss the strike zone more often than so. As it's 3 balls, no strikes, and here's the pitch from Schmidt. Swing and a chopper foul is going to go behind us into the parking lot. And that'll go down for strike 1 for Miller, as he's having a good at-bat now. Working the pitch count for Schmidt. So 2 runners on with Mesa in scoring position over at second. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and here's the pitch from Schmidt. As that one gets called for ball 4, Miller will walk on over to first. Segura will advance to second. Mesa will advance to third, which means bases loaded. As here comes shortstop Joseph Segura up to the plate. He singled back in the second, was able to make his way all the way to third, and couldn't quite get brought home as the next 2 batters were struck out by Schmidt. As we get some coaching on the mound, Evans gets up there too. So this is one of those situations where everyone's got to be on their toes. If it's a hit, you gotta know where to go with the force out. But outside of that, you don't got to worry about the runners too much if you're a pitcher. It's just you and the batter now. As Segura makes his way up to the plate, Schmidt gets the call. 2 outs. And here's the first pitch. That one's going to be a little bit too low. A little bit called for ball 1 as you see Segura throw his hands up quick to Mesa over at third and says, no, no, no. Evans going to have to be on his toes as well. Keep those throws in front of him. Schmidt gets set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Segura swings, gets a piece of that one. Go over to O'Hare. O'Hare jumps, it goes over his glove. Mesa's going to come around. Segura is going to round third and come on in home. Miller's going to hold true at third to throw to second as Joseph Segura made all his way over, so 2 runs will come across. Segura will get a 2 RBI double there. As the Austin Wave shorten this lead to 1 now, 4-3. Spartans still on top, but now 2 runners are on. Both are in scoring position with Miller at third. Joseph Segura is over at second. And here comes number 14, first baseman Xander Ross. He struck out swinging back in the second. As Schmidt gets the call. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be outside and in the dirt. That'll go down for ball 1. Jack Fowler, right fielder, is going to be on deck for the Austin Wave. A.J. Scoville will be right behind him if the bats continue to make contact. Yes, here's the 1-0 pitch to Ross. Again, outside and in the dirt. Evans keeping that in front of him, but that goes down for ball 2. And perhaps I jinxed us by saying the 2-out rally, because it is a 2-out rally here for the Austin Wave, as they've brought in 3 runs so far after 2 outs were notched here in the bottom of the third. As here's the 2-0 pitch to Ross. That one's going to be a little bit too low. It gets called for ball 3. Ross getting ahead in the count, 3-0. So Miller still at third. Joseph Segura still at second. Xander Ross here at the plate. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Schmidt. That one's going to get called for strike 1. Ross going to have to trot back and pick his bat up off the ground as he tossed that one, thinking it was a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Ross gets set. Schmidt getting the call. And here's the 3-1 pitch. A swing and a liner towards second, past O'Hare's glove. 1 run's going to come on Ross and Miller. Segura's going to round third. Segura's going to come through, and Ross with a bases clearing 2 RBI single.
Nice hit.
And with that, the Austin Wave are going to take the lead over the Spartans 5-4. A big third inning here for the Austin Wave. As here comes right fielder Jack Fowler. He struck out looking in the second, with 1 runner on, and Xander Ross over at first. Swing and a high fly towards first. That one's going to be in play. Goldberg gets underneath it and brings that one in. Fowler will be out number 3 after that pop out, but not before 5 runs come across. 2, 3. It's going to be 3 hits, 2 errors, and 1 runner left on. And that'll do it for the top of the third. So, busy third inning here for the Austin Wave as they go ahead and take the lead. Bottom of the third set as the Spartans going to try their best to retake the lead from the Austin Wave. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Spartan Baseball right here on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
Spartans as they bat through the order and bring across 4 runs. Then here comes the third inning, and it's all Austin Wave as they bat through their order and bring across 5 runs, which brings us to a 5-4 lead here for the Austin Wave. As Griffin Ball is set to lead off for the Spartans. He makes his way up to the plate. He was hit by a pitch in the first and was able to draw out about 8 pitches or so out of Guerra in the second before a throwdown at first gets Goldberg, or excuse me, gets Ratliff. I apologize. So he'll get a chance to do it again as Guerra is on the mound for the Austin Wave, and here's the first pitch. That one's going to be low and hit the dirt right in front of home plate. That'll go down as ball 1. Guerra gets set. That one's going to be a little too high. Looked like it was at chest line there, so just outside the strike zone. That'll go down as ball 2. Count goes 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. As Ball awaits the 2-0 pitch from Guerra. Some heat right over the middle there. Gets called for strike 1. Count goes 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Guerra with the pitch to Ball. Ball watches that one go by. Gets called for strike 1. Count goes even now, 2-2. Guerra with the 2-2 pitch to Ball. Ball takes a rip at that one. A bouncer down third. It's going to be fielded. The throw to first is right past the first baseman, and Ball is going to round first and make his way over to second. Throw to second is over the second baseman. Nice job by Segura to get in front of that one over at short, as Burton couldn't quite get high enough to bring that one in. As Ball would have been out on that one, so we're going to call that one an E5 for our third baseman, Mesa, as that throw just went right over the head of first baseman Ross. So Charlie Evans now there as he gets a bouncer between third and short, and Ball is going to be held up at third as a throw home goes over the catcher. Evans is going to take off towards second. So Evans with a nice single will end up making his way to second. Ball will be held up at third. Quick time is, I believe we're going to have a courtesy runner here for Evans, as he needs to have his wardrobe change and put his gear back on. As it looks like at this time, though, no, they're going to leave Evans there on second. So Evans, no pinch runner coming out for him this time, or a courtesy runner, if you will. As number 10, Parham, is going to make his way up to the plate. That one goes by, gets called for ball 1. Guerra with the 1-0 pitch here to Parham. Swing and a miss. That gets called for strike 1. So Ball's over at third. Evans is at second. Parham's at the plate. No outs. Bottom of the third. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Parham watches that one go by. Gets called for ball 2. Count goes 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, no outs. Guerra with the pitch. Parham swings and gets a piece of that one. It's a little bouncer towards my table here. That'll go down to strike 2. As our umpire comes up and takes a look at the ball like he hasn't seen one before. Just seeing if he could hear me. He gave me a nod. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, 2 runners on, and Parham's at the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Guerra. Parham swings, and that's a foul ball. That's going to go right behind the stands. Count's going to stay even at 2-2. So O'Hare will be on deck here for the Spartans, second baseman. So here's the pitch. Parham taking a rip and can't make contact. He'll go down swinging, and he will be out number 1. As J.D. O'Hare makes his way out to the plate, he's singled A 2 RBI single back in the first. Opportunity to do the same as you got 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. Here's the pitch, a swing. As he takes a hack at that one that was in the dirt. That goes down to strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch from Guerra. Low and outside. That'll get called for ball 1. Count goes even now, 1-1. So ball's over at third. Evans is at second. O'Hare is at the plate. Just 1 out. As here's the 1-1 pitch from Guerra. Getting a piece of that one. A bouncer foul down the third baseline. That'll be strike 2 for O'Hare. This count goes 1-2. So Urban will be on deck, right fielder for the Spartans. He'll be up next, barring a double play here. As Guerra. O'Hare's going to step off and call quick time and get reset. The wind picks up just a little bit. So you can see the flags in the background wave from left to right. Pitch and a liner back to Guerra. He gloves that one. To throw home is going to be dropped by Scoville, as that was some heat he wasn't expecting. As ball will come in. O'Hare will reach on a fielder's choice. And guess what, folks? We are knotted up at 5 after that. As time is called, and as the Austin Wave coach promised, there goes a loogie. There goes 2 in the glove. As that one came right out of A.J. Scoville's glove. As he should have had that one. As here comes number 23, Urban. As our umpire wants the coaching to be quick and be fast. And we are set to be underway. Scoville comes up laughing like, darn it, coach. Coach for the Austin Wave lets him know, we got another one ready. You let me know if you need it. So no balls, no strikes here, as Urban's going to be at the plate. He grounded out towards second back in the first. But he's got a runner on the corners, as that one goes down for ball 1. So Evans is over at third. O'Hare is over at first. Urban's at the plate. And here's the 1-0 pitch from Guerra. That one's going to be low in the dirt. And Evans is going to have to dive back as O'Hare took off towards second. Trying to bait a throw towards second from Scoville. Not going to happen. As a quick time is called by the Austin Wave. And although I don't get a chance to do this over a PA, we'll do it here for you folks at home. See if you look at that. Perfect timing. They don't pay me the big bucks for nothing, folks. All right. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. 2 runners in scoring position now with Evans over at third. O'Hare's at second. Urban's at the plate. As here's a 2-0 pitch from Guerra. Evans taking a swing and gets a piece of that one. That'll go down as strike 1. Urban. Getting set. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As here's the pitch from Guerra. That one's going to hit the dirt in front of home plate. It'll go down as ball 3. And a 3-1 count, folks. So you know what that means. That means, oh, faithful heater down the middle. It's most likely what we'll see from Guerra here. Always a hit or miss whether the batter decides to take a hack at it or not. As there it is, and not offering is Urban. He'll take that one for strike two. Count goes full, 3-2. Which brings up one more throw here for Urban. Or one more strike, if you will. Guerra with the 3-2 pitch. As that's going to hit the dirt outside. Evans will hold up at third, and Urban will make his way over to first on the walk. So bases loaded. As here comes left fielder Ben Hale. He struck out looking back in the first. Guerra getting set. Pitch, a swing and a miss by Hale, goes down for strike one. So no balls and one strike here for Hale. As he watches that one go by for for ball one. Count goes even now, 1-1. So top of the order will be set to do up with Ratliff on deck. As it's 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out, bases loaded. Here's the pitch from Guerra. As that one was right over the middle. That'll get called for strike two. Count goes 1-2. So Evans at third, O'Hare's at second, Urban's over at first. Here's the pitch, a swing, and that one's going to get just a smidge of that one. It'll go foul. Count's going to stay 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ben Hale up at the plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch with bases loaded. Hale gets a piece of that one. High fly towards short. Segura's getting underneath it, and he pulls that one in. Because that'll be out number 2. So top of the order now as Ratliff is going to make his way up to the plate. No stats for him yet as he's been walked both of his times up to the plate. So base is still loaded now with 2 outs, and I'll say it because I said it last time. Here's the 2-out rally. So here's the first pitch from Guerra. That one's going to be high and eye level for Ratliff. That'll be ball 1. Here's the pitch from Guerra, the 1-0 pitch. Again, high and inside. It gets called for ball 2. Here, Coach Jared tell the team, hey, if you're going to give us a walk, we'll take it. Play it smart. And here's the 2-0 pitch from Guerra. That one's going to be a little bit too low. Gets called for ball 3. And 3-0. Here's old heater down the middle. And I'll be surprised if Ratliff gives an offering to this one. As that one goes by, it's going to catch the top inside corner there of the zone. Gets called for strike 1.
Hey, do something cool now, Sticks. Let's go, kid.
So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bases loaded. We are knotted up at 5 apiece, and here's the pitch. That one's going to be too high, and an RBI for Ratliff as he gets walked on over to first. Evans will come across, and the Spartans will take a 1-run lead over the Austin Vype. So here comes our pitcher. Number 21, Schmidt, as he watches that one go by low and outside. That'll be ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Base is still loaded. Here's the pitch. Swinging a liner over second. It's going to drop in front of center fielder. Here comes O'Hare across. Urban is going to get held up at third. And Schmidt's going to have to slide back into first as he thought they were going to get the go-ahead and bring another run in, but not the case here for Schmidt. He gets an RBI single. Ratliff will head over to second. Urban will head on over to third, which brings up number 15, Max Goldberg. With 2 outs, bases loaded, and now the Spartans with a 7-5 lead. Here's that 2-out rally I was talking about. Currently underway, folks. Goldberg was walked back in the first and then popped out towards short back in the second as he takes a rip at the first one he sees down the third baseline. That's going to go foul. That'll be strike 1. Count goes 0-1. So Urban's over at third. Ratliff is over at second. Schmidt is over at first. I haven't seen a courtesy runner come in yet for him, so there we go. As that one is some heat right down the middle by Guerra. That'll get called for strike 1. Or excuse me, strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for Max Goldberg. Here's the 0-2 pitch. He swings and gets a beat on that one. Segura gets it. The throw to second is not in time. It's dropped. 1 runner comes across. And here comes Ratliff. He's going to make it across. His 2 runs. Runners are going to advance. So Ratliff will make his way across. Schmidt will head on over to second. Third, sorry. I had it right the first time. And a 2 RBI single for Goldberg as he'll sit tight over at second. Urban comes across. And here we are, folks. So 5 runs come across so far here. Spartans with a 9-5 lead. As here comes number 13, Griffin Ball. He led off this inning. Reached on an error as that one comes in a little too low. Gets called for ball 1. Yeah, Ball hit a nice grounder over towards third, and Mesa got it and threw it over to first. And unfortunately, Ross wasn't able to get a handle on that one, as that one is high and above eye level. That'll get called for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes, and Coach Roy's going to make his way out here for the Austin Wave and head on up to the plate. After 2 straight balls are thrown here by Guerra, we'll see if he makes any kind of changes. And that will do it for Jacob Guerra, as number 20, Jaden Segura, will make his way up to the plate, or to the mound, excuse me. I'm assuming Joseph Segura, shortstop, as his brother, or of some relation, but we'll see who goes over to left field, as that is where Segura was. Again, folks, not too many subs in here brought by the Austin Wave, just 2. So hence why you're seeing some position changes for pitchers by Coach Roy. And we'll see who makes their way over to left field. And I don't know if it could be Jacob Guerra. But we'll see what happens. All right, folks. Still didn't get a number on our left fielder who's in now, but as soon as I can get some information, we'll be happy to bring it to you. But different ball up to the plate. Here's the first pitch from Segura's. He swings and gets a piece of that one. Ball. That'll be strike one. Count is now 2-1. At 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. And 2 runners in scoring position with Schmidt over at third and Goldberg at second. As that one gets called for strike 2, count goes even now, 2-2. Segura with the 2-2 pitch. That one's going to peg ball in the elbow, as that is the second time he's taken a ball and gotten hit. So he'll make his way over to first, which means bases loaded. As here comes catcher Charlie Evans, who is going to have to change out of his gears. He wasn't sure if he was going to make his way out or not, but he'll come out to face off against Segura. With bases loaded, 2 outs, and the 2-out rally in full effect for the Spartans. So, Schmidt's over at third, Goldberg's at second, Ball's over at first, and Evans is at the plate as that one's going to hit the dirt in front of home plate. That'll be called for ball 1. Segura with the 1-0 pitch. Same location as runners are going to advance. And we'll come across. That'll be ball 2 as Schmidt will make his way across. Goldberg will head to third. And Ball will head to second. So Ball's at second, Goldberg's at third now, and Evans is at the plate. No runner on first base. 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's going to be high and over the head of Evans. That'll be ball 3. Segura's got some nice heat on his pitches so far. Just trying to get his location honed in. As here's the 3-0 pitch. And Evans, going to say he brought the bat across the plane. That'll be strike 1. Count goes 3-1. Surprised Evans made an offering on that one. As here's the pitch. He swings and gets a piece of that one. Left field. It's going to go foul and past the outstretched gloves of Mesa. He made a valiant dive to bring that one in. Count goes full now, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Score is 11-5. Spartans with a 7-run third inning so far, and third inning has not disappointed as far as offensive power, as the Wave was able to bring in 5, and the Spartans are 7 and counting. As that one's going to peg Evans in the back, a bullet to it, as he will make his way over to first. So bases are going to be loaded now, and here comes DH number 10, Parham, up to the plate. Parham so far 0 for 2 as he struck out swinging both times. And Evans, no courtesy runner for him this time. He'll get a chance to run the bases. I apologize. Ball's over at third, and Evans is now at first. So that one's going to be high and over the head of Parham. That'll be ball 1. So bases are not loaded yet. My fault. I apologize to you folks at home. Again, it's the red. It's the red and red. It all blends in for me here after a while. As here's the 1-0 pitch. Again, high and over the head of Parham. Evans is going to take off towards second. He'll make it in time. There's 2 runners in scoring position now, and count is 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Segura. That was going to be low over the middle. It'll get called for ball 3, and Segura's in danger of walking the bases loaded. Here's a 3-0 pitch from Segura to Parham. As that one's going to catch the inside edge. That'll be strike 1 for Parham. Count goes 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Segura, and having to go down is Parham, as that'll be ball 4. Not getting hit, just ball. So bases are loaded now, as here comes second baseman J.D. O'Hare. O'Hare so far, he's singled, and then he reached on a fielder's choice. So far 3 RBIs on the afternoon for him, though. See if he can keep that number going, as our umpires got to come out and have a talk with Segura and Coach Roy. And so far it's 2 straight hits and 1, as Parham almost got hit with that one. So most likely just have a talk about location. And actually there was a athletic tape around his wrist and for Segura, and that's what our umpire wanted removed, and he said make it so, and it was. So 2 outs here, bottom of the 3rd. Here's the first pitch to O'Hare. It'll get called for strike 1. So bases loaded, 2 outs, 2-out rally underway, as we've already went through the order, and we are going through again, as here's the next pitch. Segura is going to get swung on, and can't tell if O'Hare got a piece of that one or not, but either way it's going to be strike 2. Count goes 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Spartans with an 11-5 lead over the Austin Wave after a massive 7-run 3rd inning currently underway. Here's the pitch. That was going to be too low. That one gets called for ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Segura. That one's going to be high over the head of O'Hare. That'll go down as ball 2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a liner down towards first, and nice job by Xander Ross to watch up and go straight into his glove. That's going to be a liner towards third for out number 3, and after a long 3rd inning, we are done. So the 3rd inning here is going to end with 3 hits, 1 error, and 3 runners left on per my score. That could be wrong, but that's what we're going to sit at, folks, and that'll do it for the 3rd inning. Urban will be set to lead off once the 4th comes around, the bottom of the 4th at least. For the top of the 4th, with catcher A.J. Scoville is going to lead off for the Austin Wave.
Right there.
And I take that back. Well, it should be Scoville, and Guerra's getting warmed up, so we'll see what happens. There he is. All right, so Scoville is to lead off, and top of the order will be due up for the Austin Wave with Jacob Guerra batting 2nd and Josh Burton batting 3rd. Brandon Mesa will be batting 4th if he gets an opportunity to get up to the bag. So our umpire comes up and looks at a baseball for the first time and walks away as he puts them in his glove, and got a little laugh from him that time. So it looks like we are set to get underway. Schmidt still on the mound here for the Spartans. He's doing a good job so far this afternoon. 5 strikeouts so far and 4 hits given up and 5 runs. As the first pitch is going to catch the outside edge. It'll be called for strike 1 for Scoville. Count goes 0-1. Schmidt getting set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That'll get called for strike 2. Count goes 0-2. That one's going to hit the dirt in front of home plate. That'll be called for ball 1. Count goes 1-2. A swing and a little bounce there as that one comes up and gets Scoville. As a quick time is going to be called on that one. That will be a foul ball. Count's going to stay 1-2, and we're going to get him checked out here for a second. While we do, folks, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Spartan Baseball right here on Vype Live. Folks, welcome back. We just got a heads up from our quality team over at Vype listening in that it sounds like our spot didn't quite work. But it's okay. It was just a thing saying tune into Vype and let us know if we can be of any service to you. So nice and easy. But Scoville gets up and shakes it off as he's going to get set to come and make his way back. Top of the 4th. No outs as Scoville's the leadoff batter. Spartans with an 11-5 lead. We are at 1 ball and 2 strikes as Scoville gets set. Schmidt with the pitch. That one's going to be low. That'll be called for ball 2. Count goes even at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Schmidt. A swing and a miss by Scoville. And he'll go down swinging as out number 2. So top of the order set to come up here now with Jacob Guerra making his way up to the plate. Guerra so far walked back in the first and he grounded out towards second, back in the third. No runners on though, and 1 out here, top of the fourth. He's swinging a liner towards third. That one's going to be fielded. The throw to Goldberg is going to be in time. And nice job by Ball to get that one and the toss over. Guerra will go down as out number 2. So Josh Burton will make his way up. Burton so far struck out swinging back in the first and was able to single in the third and was the first run to come across home plate here for the Austin Wave as he makes his way and gets set. Schmidt getting set. No runners on and 2 outs here in the fourth. Here's the first pitch to Burton. Burton takes a swing at that one. That's going to go into the net behind. That'll be strike 1. That one's going to get called for ball 1. Count goes even at 1-1. There's that one. Gets a nice piece of that one to Scoville. Goes into left field, and that's going to be brought in. A nice job, and had a way to bring it in. His number is going to be Ben Hale, left fielder, as that will be out number 3. Well, top of the fourth done. Bottom of the fourth coming up. As Urban will be set to lead off. We'll take a short break. Hopefully it'll work this time, folks, but we'll be right back for the bottom of the fourth. You're listening to Spartan Baseball right here on Vype Live.
Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation.
Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
Vype is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
13, not yet, another reverse, breaking tackles, dives to the end zone, touchdown Rangers.
16 seconds, really close in the corner. Quick pitch to Wilson, she fires the 3. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to Vype, VYPE.com. Vype Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vype Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that Vype Live does more than sports? Vype Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vype Live can broadcast your event, email us at Vype, VYPE.com. For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com.
VYPE.com.
Welcome back. Bottom of the fourth, set to be underway. Jacob Segura is going to be up on the mound here for the Austin Wave. AJ Revelu here. We are still live. It's getting cool. Sun's going down. Lights are on as always. And a busy third for the Austin Wave led to a not so busy fourth as batters go down 1, 2, 3. Set to lead off for your Spartans. It's going to be number 23, Urban, right fielder. grounded out towards second in the first and was walked in the third. Was one of the last runs to come across, though, on the 2-out rally that occurred here for the Spartans. Segura again back on the mound. As first pitch will go past everybody. That'll be called for ball one. First one's going to be high and over the head of Urban. That'll be ball two. Count goes 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Segura finally hitting that strike zone, and that was a fast one. That goes down to strike one. Count goes 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs here. Bottom of the fourth pitch. As they're going to say, cross the plane there. Urban will get called with strike 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. And here's the pitch from Segura, as that one's over the head of Scoville. Gonna go down as ball 3. But when I take that back, it's actually Josh Burton under catcher now. I think Scoville might be over at second. We'll get you some info there, as that one's gonna have the inside zone. Urban will go down looking. He will be out number 1. Ben Hale will be up next. And it is Guerra's going to be over at second. So Guerra's at second. Burton's going to be catching now, which means Segura is pitching. So I would dare to say that Scoville's over at left field. But I'll let you know as that one gets called for ball 1 for Hale. Count goes 1-0. Yeah, they don't tell me anything, so I try my best to keep you folks up to date. As soon as it comes at me, it comes straight to you there listening to me. As here's the 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss by Hale. That'll go down as strike 1. Segura with the pitch, a swing, and that one's going to get chipped by Hale. That'll go down as strike 2 as that one hit the helmet of Burton there. As Coach Jared comes up and says, "Catcher, you good?" "Yep." "All right." Those are never fun. Even with the protection on, never fun. As count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes here for Hale. Segura with the pitch. It's going to be outside and gets past the glove of Burton. Count goes 2-2. No runners on, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here. Bottom of the 4th. And your Spartans with an 11-5 lead over the Austin Wave. Here's the pitch, another high one, gets out of the glove of Josh Burton. That'll be ball 3. Count goes full now, 3-2. Hale doing a good job of working the count full now. And Segura with the 3-2 pitch. It's going to be inside, and they'll get called for ball 4. And Hale will head on over to first with 1 out and brings up Harrison Ratliff. Top of the order here for the Spartans. Ratliff so far getting the rare opportunity to bat every single inning, and still no stats on him as he has been walked every single time he's been at bat. So hoping to get a hit here. First one is called for strike. The throw down to second is not in time as it was going to be dropped by Guerra. So Hale able to steal second and knock that one loose to be called safe. That one is going to be strike one, though, for Ratliff. Count goes 0-1. And Hale almost caught napping. As Segura faked a throw. If he would have thrown it, though, he probably would have tagged Hale out, as that one's going to be high and outside. Again, Burton doing a good job of getting up there and gloving it. It's going to be ball one, though. Count goes even now, 1-1. So one runner in scoring position now with Hales over at second. Ratliff's at the plate. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss. Will go down as strike two for Ratliff. Count goes 1-2. Segura getting set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. A swing and a liner down center field. It's going to drop in front of the center fielder. Hale is going to round. Nope, he's going to get held up over at third. As that'll be a nice single for Ratliff. His fourth time at bat, and he is 1 for 1 now, as that was his first hit of the game. Hale is going to hit on over to third and sit tight, which is going to bring up pitcher number 21, Schmidt, up to the plate. He is so far 1 for 2 in the afternoon. He's singled in the third, flew out in the second, and then was walked in the first, as the first pitch is going to be high and outside. That'll be ball one. Segura getting set. As a quick throw back to first is not in time. As our umpire doing some quick explaining on the hold call. So we're going to get set and do it again here. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Runners on the corners. That one's going to be fast and inside. That'll get called for ball 2. Count goes 2-0 here for Schmidt. And the pitch. That one's going to catch the outside edge of the zone there. That'll get called for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the fourth here for the Spartans. They are trying to extend their 11-5 lead. 2 runners on with Ben Hale over at third and Ratliff over at first, as that one's going to be outside for ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Segura getting set. Here's the pitch. So it's going to be too low, and that'll be a walk for Schmidt. As Ratliff will move to second. Hale's going to sit tight at third, and here comes Max Goldberg. First baseman. Goldberg so far is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. He's walked in the first. He had a pop out towards short in the second, and then a 2 RBI single in the third, as that one goes by for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Segura. Oh, it's going to be low and inside and in the dirt. That'll be ball 2. Segura gets set pretty quick. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. That one's going to hit some heat right down the middle. That'll get called for strike 1. Count goes 2-1 here for Goldberg. And getting a piece of that one is Goldberg. It's going to go over towards right field, and Goldberg's going to make his way over to first on a single. 1 run comes across, as does 2, and making his way to third, and in time, it's going to be Schmidt. I didn't think they called him out there. So Hale comes across, as does Ratliff. Schmidt will be held up over at third. And another 2 RBI single, or excuse me, that's a double this time for Goldberg, as he was able to make his way over to second. As the first pitch to number 13, Griffin Ball, gets called for strike 1. Swings at the second one. Goes foul. That'll be called for strike 2. Count goes 0-2 for Griffin. So ball let off in the fourth. Back at the start. That one gets away from Burton. He's able to recover quickly, though. Runners will stay put. Count goes 1 and 2 if that's called SBall 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and 2 runners on. And Schmidt's over at third and Goldberg's at second. That one's going to get called for ball 2. Count goes even now, 2 and 2. Segura getting set. Here's the pitch. And that's going to peg ball. That's his third time getting hit by a pitch. Ball magnet, if you will, as he makes his way over to first. And I apologize. Ball didn't lead off, but my scorecard looks all funny as we're going to have a new pitcher. And it looks like Joseph Segura, shortstop, is going to make his way up to the mound. So that'll do it for Jacob Segura. So bases loaded here. And I'll take that back. It's not going to be Joseph Segura. He's just coming in to have a chit-chat at the mound with everybody. I believe it's going to be third baseman Brandon Mesa, but give me a second here and I'll see if I can see his jersey number. And that is going to be Brandon Mesa, number 35. On the mound now for the Austin Wave. As he gets warm, I'm going to see where Segura is going to go. Jacob Segura, who's on the mound. All right, so Jacob Segura is going to head on over to third and take the place of Brandon Mesa. So nice and easy switch for me here, for my notes at least. And here comes Charlie Evans. He'll make his way up to the plate. He is so far 1 for 1 on the afternoon. He's walked in the first and the fourth, but he had a nice single in the third. And aside from that single in the third, his other 2 times at bat, he's worked the count full and drained some pitches from whoever he's faced. As he gets set to be the first batter to see what Brandon Mesa has to offer. With 1 out and bottom of the fourth. So here comes Evans, and here's the first pitch from Mesa. It's going to be in the dirt, hits the plate actually. That'll be ball 1. Count goes 1-0. So if history repeats itself, Evans should now work the count full and most likely get walked. So we'll see what happens. The second pitch is going to be low and inside for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the fourth still, folks. Spartans with an a 13-5 lead over the Austin Wave as Evans swings and gets a piece of that one down the third baseline. It is going to go foul. That'll be strike 1 for him. Count goes 2-1. So Schmidt's over at third. Goldberg's over at second. Ball. As that one's going to hit him. And he is going to walk on over, and a run will get walked in. So no worries, Mr. Charlie Evans taking the one from the pitcher, but that's an RBI, so he'll gladly take that one. As Schmidt's going to make his way across and score. Goldberg will advance over to third. And Ball will make his way over to second. So I have to adjust my little box here. There we go. So Spartans with a 14-5 lead. This Coach Jared now has got to be wondering if his batters are going to be safe up there at the plate, as that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far that have been hit by a pitch. As Parham swings and get a piece of that one. That'll be strike one. So bases loaded. No balls, 1 strike and 1 out here, bottom of the 4th. This count goes 1-1 now after that one. That one's going to be in the dirt, and that'll go down for ball 2. Parham getting ahead in the count now, 2-1. That one's going to get called for strike 2. Count goes even now, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded here for the Spartans. So they look to extend their lead, and here's the pitch. As Parham swings and gets a piece of that one, goes into the net behind him. Count's going to stay even at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's going to be in the dirt in front of the plate. Count goes full, 3-2 now here for Parham. He's doing a good job of working the count. Mesa with the 3-2 pitch. Getting a piece of it. Parham. It's going to be right past the glove of Segura at short. 1 run comes across, and Goldberg is going to score. Ball will be held up at third. Evans will hit on over to second, and an RBI single for Parham gets him over to first. And unfortunately, that's going to be the ball game, as a 10-run lead for the Spartans. And the Austin Wave, unfortunately, do not have enough pitchers to bring in another one. So that is going to do it, folks. Our final here after 4. Spartans come away with this one by a score of 15-5. Unfortunately, folks, my scoreboard is all kinds of messed up right now, so no stats for you. I do apologize, but that'll do it. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday when the Spartans look to take on the Austin Wave again here on the campus of St. Stephen's. That game, let me see here. Got my schedules here somewhere. That game will be a same time, so 5:45 first pitch here at St. Stephen's, and we'll be happy to bring you all the live action as best we can. So that'll do it for us, folks. We appreciate it. For Josh over at Vype, thank you for listening, sir. I hope you enjoyed it. For all you folks at home, thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Until Wednesday, though, I'll catch you then. Have a good week.